Hello, my friends. I'm Bee, and this is Bee's Intuition. And today we're going to do a reading. And it's going to be about what are you, the collective, attracting. Okay? So let's just dive right into it. Okay. Alrighty. So please and thank you, Spirit. What is the collective attracting during this time? Please and thank you. Ooh. That seems like a long, I'm not sure if that's. Yeah, we'll put that back in. If it's meant to come out. Okay, that clearly was meant to come out, whatever that was. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So, starting out, we have the Star card. All right, look at you. The Chariot. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. And the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Nice. So starting out with that Star card, you are coming up in this world, okay? Something that you have got going, and the fierceness with which that card came out, it's serious, okay? It's also a major arcana. That Chariot card, there's something moving here. Four of Pentacles could be that's maybe you're releasing something, or maybe something's coming to you. Also, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, I feel like there's either ideas that you are attracting and some sort of communication. That Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I wonder if you're attracting some sense of confidence. I feel like that could very much be attached to that Star card. So anyways, let's just start clarifying, shall we? Please and thank you, Spirit. Starting with that Star card, please and thank you, Spirit. What do you want to stay? When it comes to that Star card for the collective, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, this one's interesting. So clarifying that Star card, we have the Hanged Man, Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords, bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. You have a lot of swords going on here. You are somebody that may overthink. No offense, I think we all overthink at one point or another. So you went through something really difficult. You were like stuck in a situation that was not very nice, it seems, but you learned lessons, or you took away lessons from that situation. I think you definitely had like a lingering, whatever this was, definitely had a lingering effect on you, and it caused a lot of anxiety, mental turmoil, loss of sleep, etc. Not having a good time with that Nine of Swords. But I also see you using all of this to become strong, to become protective of yourself. I feel like you've also developed these abilities to communicate. Maybe be a little bit more straightforward with your communication, more truthful, more honest, very much a good boundary setter as well. And I feel like this all comes as a result of whatever the sticky situation from the past was for you. The Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck is telling me, what is it telling me? Oh, you may have one or more people that have seen this transformation that you've been going on. And this is all clarifying the Star card here. And the Star card has to do a lot with healing as well. So I feel like this healing started deep within yourself. And I feel like it's now coming to the surface. I think that's what you're attracting, is the acknowledgement, or people outside of yourself seeing all of this hard work coming to fruition. Like there's some sort of payoff, I feel. At the very least, you're definitely catching people's eye, and But I think it's deeper than that. I think it has more to do with like a life purpose here, or a like a deeper meaning to who you are and what you have accomplished. And so I'm seeing this Page of Swords as actually somebody that's observing you, somebody that's been here to see your transformation. I feel like whoever this is, they're very curious about you. I feel like maybe you also might just intrigue a lot of people. Your story probably intrigues a lot of people, because I think a lot of people want to know your process. A lot of people want to know how you started from the bottom and now you're at the top, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people don't see that internal work that you do. They only see the payoff or the three-dimensional sort of things. But it's like, I see somebody here being quite curious about your technique, or your, yeah, the way in which you do the things that you do. There's something that's very strong about you, and I think that a lot of people look up to and admire that about you. Especially with that Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is a very strong woman. You know, applied to any gender. It doesn't have to be specifically a woman in this situation, but because I'm referring to the Queen of Swords, I will use she, her. But it does feel that you have gained strength. You've gained some sort of knowledge within yourself, and I think that it causes you to be a very strong individual. Headstrong even, I'm getting. Yeah, so something about you is very much like bold to an extent. Something is very bold about how you show up in this world, and it's very beautiful and enchanting, because it is clarifying again that Star card. So there is something very special and sparkling about who you are and how you are in this world. It's very beautiful. I think that you're very much inspiring people, especially when people get to know your backstory, because they can see this star, but they want to know how that person became the star, you know? Okay, let's go on and clarify that Chariot card. Please and thank you, Spirit. What is this Chariot card trying to tell the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. What is this Chariot card trying to tell the collective? Okay, I will take that. It seems like it could be significant. Let's go with it. Jeez, look. Broski. Okay. Clarifying that Chariot card, we have the Six of Wands. This is like a mini star, in my opinion. In the way of like being in the spotlight. Not the same with like all of the aspects of the star, but very much having some sort of success and being seen as having some sort of success, being celebrated, recognized for that success. Honestly, the Chariot card is almost like the action of attracting something, because it's like something coming towards you or you going towards something. So I honestly feel like this could be indicating what you're attracting is success in some area of your life. And along with that success is recognition, I feel. Following that Six of Wands, Ten of Swords. This is following a very dark time, potentially, or a very hard ending. But it's like an ending that is tinged with hope. Even if it may be painful in the moment, even if it feels like the end of the world, there is a sunrise in the background of this card. And it feels very much like a phoenix moment, you know? Being in ashes, but rising from those ashes, you're born again. And it really fits too with like the next card that came out, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So you're trading all of these swords here for pentacles. 10-10 could be significant as well. You have experienced a lot of pain. A lot of things that tried to keep you down, but somehow you turned those pains, into success. Those things that tried to keep you trapped, feeling bad, thinking bad thoughts about yourself, people, places, things that try to keep you stuck or down. You have learned how to transmute that pain into success. It's very beautiful. It is. It really is. So there's some sort of success or abundance that comes with this success is what I meant to say. Yeah, you're attracting so much abundance. And also I think that something about this Ten of Pentacles that I don't usually talk about is how it's so stabilizing, especially if this is like after a time of tumultuousness, because it feels like stability within the home is very much heightened or highlighted with that Ten of Pentacles. So if you've had some messy home life, it feels like you could be manifesting something that is much more calm, something that is much more peaceful, beautiful, something that allows you to grow rather than forces you to shrink, I guess. It's very, very, very beautiful. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords came out again to say hello. The Devil on the bottom of the deck, but it started to lift off to show the Four of Swords. So this might actually be not a bad thing. We will see. There's somebody lurking in your energy while you're manifesting something here. Attracting something into your life that I feel like you've worked for. But this Page of Swords that we saw earlier at the bottom of the deck, I'm almost getting, this could be somebody that has an unhealthy attachment to you with that Four of Pentacles. Okay. So and this is, the identity of this person could be someone that caused some sense of tumultuousness or hard time in your life. But it feels almost as if they feel very attached to you and curious about you. So yeah, it kind of indicates to me that there could be, or there may have to be, some sort of past with this person, because they feel with that Four of Pentacles like clingy, attached, like this is mine. The Four of Pentacles isn't the best energy because it is so restrictive. You know, in the process of holding on to these types of things, we also cut ourselves off from new opportunities. So it's sometimes indicating somebody that's lacking growth. Somebody that's very much stuck in the past. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages from that Four of Pentacles, actually. Yeah, it feels like there is some sort of past with this person that is observing you. They're just in observation mode right now. But I feel like they are seeing your recognition that you're receiving for the success that you are coming into. They may want a part of that, especially if you got the Ten of Pentacles going on, but I feel like they are the one that caused this Ten of Swords in the first place. So it's almost like they don't really have any reason, or they don't really have a good reason to come back in. Maybe that's why they're kind of on the outside looking in. That could definitely be how they're feeling about this. And maybe part of them is slightly disappointed. Ooh, I'm getting a storyline about somebody here that. Okay. Right, Arena. Okay. I am back. So. Oh, I was getting a storyline with the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. It feels almost like somebody is attached to you from the past. This feels like trauma bonding. And I'm not talking about the trauma bonding of, bonding over trauma with another person. This is when you experience trauma from the hands of your abuser, you gain some sort of sense of connection with that abuser. And I feel like somebody here caused this Ten of Swords for you, and they may have expected you to stay at this level with them and maybe be sad but come back around to them. But now you have picked yourself up off the ground. And instead of staying in that low place, in that dark place, you decided to grow, and you've reached some sort of milestone, success, abundance. And so I think that this person is secretly watching, and I think that they're curious because they're like, how? Like I set the perfect trap almost. And they feel like this, it feels unhealthy. It feels like an unhealthy attachment to you. But it doesn't feel like they are willing to do or say anything about this, because it feels very much like they're just kind of in their own energy, maybe even moping, or it feels like maybe more so that energy. But there feels like there could be definitely a little bit of bitterness, but it's like the Page of Swords is very much a mode of not really acting. It's much more of an observer rather than a player. And so, yeah, while you're attracting all of this abundance, this person's in the background watching it happen. And that could be honestly karma. That could be karma for what this person put you through. Their karma is to see you become successful after they tried to take away your power or make you feel powerless, or any of those. Yeah, and it feels almost like they wanted to be more like this in your life. Big scary monster that you believe has the control over you. But I've said multiple times, these figures down below, they got loose chains around their necks, meaning that they have way more control over the situation than they believe that they do. And the big scary monster devil in the background is not really the one that has the power. He just is the one that acts like he has the power. And in a lot of ways, that is very much like a narcissist. And I'm not saying necessarily that you experienced a narcissist in your past. You could have, but in a lot of ways, that is kind of like a narcissist. Somebody that really wants to act like they have all of the power, that they can take away your power, and that you'll be too scared of them to ever realize that you have the power. But I think you have realized that this is just some big scary monster, and they actually don't have any power over you. Because underneath that, Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is so many things, honestly. But it has a lot to do with taking care of yourself. There's meditation, there's rest, there's speaking with the divine. Intuition is a big part of this. And so I think if anything, this person might have even like sparked your spiritual journey in some way, or caused you to do more introspection, inner reflection. Like it feels like this person was expecting to have a completely different reaction from you than you did. You took back your power by realizing that it was within you all along. Also, Spirit might have helped you come to this realization that the power is within you and that those people from your past have no power here. And now they just have to sit back and watch as you are turning the tables on them and you're becoming successful and celebrated. And I think this is all due to your own hard work. And this is all what you deserve. Yeah, feels kind of like karma. Like this person has to sit in the background and mope because they see you coming up in the world and they didn't want to see that. And they thought that they stopped it. But they didn't. Let's go on to the other Four of Pentacles now and clarify that. Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. Please and thank you. What is this Four of Pentacles trying to tell us? Please and thank you, Spirit. Ooh, we got some good ones. Ooh, yeah, baby. Okay, so this Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, King of Wands, Eight of Cups, Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card, which I believe I said earlier that you are very strong, or you're perceived to be very strong, especially by people that know like your backstory and stuff, for sure. This is so interesting. Clarifying that Four of Pentacles, it seems like you're having some sort of new beginning here in growth, in building some sort of sense of stability or foundation here with a King of Wands, somebody that's very charismatic, very confident, passionate, very ruled by their passions, but not necessarily in a bad way. I think that that can be a good thing if used correctly. Oh, I see. This Eight of Cups, I think. It's like, yes, because this is all clarifying that Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles, as I said with the other Four of Pentacles, can be about like having a little bit of an unhealthy attachment to something. And so I almost feel like that could even be your old way of living, your old mindsets, maybe old environments that you're used to being within, old relationship dynamics that you're used to. And I think that this Eight of Cups is actually saying that if you want this beautiful new beginning, and it seems like it's definitely something that's full of hope and happiness, because the gold background indicates the happier cards of the deck. So I think that this is something that is actually quite beautiful coming in for you. But I think that you're going to have to leave behind those old environments in which you never grew in or felt restricted within, those relationships that held you back or tried to keep you down, tried to take away your power, old mindsets that just no longer serve you, especially ones that are attached to that negative past. You know, what did those negative experiences cause your brain to start thinking as patterns of thought, you know? Like, did those send the message that you were a very valuable human being, or did they make you feel like you were not valuable as a human being? And how does that affect your outlook on bonding with other people? Because this feels like it's going to be some sort of significant interaction here with another person. I'm not sure if it's necessarily love related. It could be, especially because we do have the Eight of Cups here, so it could be related to emotions. And the King of Wands, passion, is very much involved. So this could be somebody that's very attracted to you. But there is a lot of pentacle action here. So it could very well just be a work connection that you're building, and it will have to, in order for it to go well, you may just have to release old ways of thinking about these types of things, or old ways of seeing things, pretty much all of those like old sort of attachments that are just not healthy anymore to hold on to, that you need to release and let go of in order to make space for that new, more fulfilling stuff to come into your life. And since that Eight of Cups was followed by the Knight of Swords, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Also double confirmation for Knight of Swords, because we had the Knight of Swords earlier. I think I might have said that was the Page of Swords earlier. I meant to say that this is the Knight of Swords. Sorry if I messed up on that. But yeah, Messenger is very much the energy of the Knight of Swords. Some sort of, it's interesting actually. It feels like right after you start to make that conscious decision to remove those past burdens, blockages, what have you, feels like that's when this communication gets started. And I think that this could be what sort of ignites this Page of Pentacles, this new beginning and building with this King of Wands. It starts with a communication here, I think. Yeah, this King of Wands could very much be in the driver's seat of this Knight of Swords. He may be very passionate about how he communicates, or maybe what he expresses is very passionate. Also, I'm saying he because I'm referring to the King of Wands, but apply it to any gender. It seems like you're definitely easing some sense of burden off of yourself, and it feels very much like a cleansing, clearing process. You're like removing or detoxifying your life in some way, and it makes space for the new stuff that's actually meant for you and that actually has potential to grow and to expand and become something that's way more fulfilling than whatever you had in the past. The Strength card. So not only does this really, I think, depict you in a lot of ways, because you have that strong strength of character, you're also very divinely connected, and I think that drives a lot of that self-work that you do through your intuition, through your contact with spirit. It feels very much intentional, especially the self-work that you do, that internal work. I also think that whatever the situation is, or connection with another person here, doesn't have to be romantic, but that this interaction with this person, I think, is going to require you to enter a softer mode, which I feel like you may not be so used to, especially with the past that you were, stuck with, I guess, or that you experienced. Because like when we go through really hard times, it's really hard to maintain our softness, our gentleness, our openness, definitely. But I feel like in order to have a very successful new beginning with this person, whether it's a business arrangement or something more deep and romantic, I think it's going to call for you to embrace that openness, that kindness, that ease, the flow that comes with your divine connection, like your connection to the divine, as well as your strength of will and character here. It feels almost like, you know, even though in this image she's taming the lion here, I feel like that's not gonna be as necessary within your 3D. That may be more so on a personal, internal sort of way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that this situation that you're going into is going to call for you to be strong. I think that strength is gonna have to be within, and I think a lot of that process is really going to be about you counteracting those past situations and the effects that those past situations that were kind of crummy, you know, the lingering effects of those. I feel like it's going to go on internally for you. Any sort of fighting spirit or having to be strong, I think it's going to take place within you. And your external, I feel like, is going to be much softer and gentle as well. And so you're I think, meant to embrace that gentleness and flow, but also trying your best to release the past and not let that past affect you or close you off from a new beginning here. I like that a lot, though. It's beautiful, and you definitely have that ability within you because you've had to show it time and time again within your life, you know? Let's go on to the Ace of Swords now, please, and thank you, Spirit. What do you got with the Ace of Swords? What would you like to tell the collective in terms of what they're attracting? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. What are you, or what is the collective attracting? Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you. Ooh, this one's a good one. Oh yeah. Okay. So, clarifying that Ace of Swords, we have Five of Pentacles, the Emperor in the reverse, the Hermit card, Ace of Wands, and then there was like a little stack that came out. I'll take it. Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Tower card, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. So I actually really like this, even though it may seem like kind of not so great, especially at the beginning with the Five of Pentacles and the Emperor in the reverse. You know, Emperor upright is a bunch of beautiful, wonderful things, but in the reverse can be, personally, the way I'm seeing this is there was a period of time in which you felt very insecure, very lacking, very much on the outside looking in, left out in the cold, that kind of feeling. And I think that this Emperor card in the reverse is actually indicating your inner power. I think that you thought you didn't have what it takes to be an emperor on the inside. That's how you felt, I think. And so it was the Emperor in the reverse. It's almost like this feeling of lacking that ability to be a boss in your own life or take control over your own life, even in a positive way, you know? I feel like this is very much like insecurity and feeling like you don't have it within you, but you do. Like, that's the thing I think that you might have been missing in the past, is that you are the Emperor. You're so powerful and capable and like truly a remarkable person, but I think that you did not see that, especially with that Five of Pentacles, which is all about insecurity, really. Also, financial stuff could have been an issue too, or health, bad health, like so many things could have been playing into this feeling of you feeling like you're just not powerful. This could also have been a result of past situations that you were in that took away your power, or made you feel like your power was taken away from you. Because I don't think that that power ever truly leaves us. I think that we convince ourselves, or people convince us, that our power has been taken or, disappeared or whatever. But I think we always have that power within us, and it's really just up to us to believe that it's there in order to see it. So I think that, and also, this could have also be representing, the negative and, the shadow aspects of the emperor, which are, being controlling, being very forceful, and, just not respectful, like the emperor we know of, right? So this could have been somebody that had a lot of power over you, or that you felt like had a lot of power over you, and they took away your power, or that's how you felt. And this could have led you to this Five of Pentacles of feeling very insecure, feeling like, things just really suck. So this could even indicate that this was somebody specifically from your past that made you feel this way with that Five of Pentacles. But I personally feel like, and to an extent I suppose it could be both, both you feeling like you don't have it within you to be powerful, and simultaneously it could be representing a past person that was very mean to you. And it's really quite beautiful, because I see you coming out of that time of insecurity and entering the time of the Hermit. And that has to do with a lot of internal reflection. And I think through this reflection and that internal work, you did a lot of internal work. That keeps coming up a lot. And I think that that's part of the reason why you're coming into a great amount of success. So with that Hermit card, I see you doing that in a reflection and finding, well, the Ace of Wands follows that Hermit. So I think that something about that reflection definitely gave you a new outlook on life, I think. This is also all clarifying the Ace of Swords. And Ace of Swords combined with the Ace of Wands, I feel like, passionate ideas, or things that have to do with exploring your passions, your interests, ideas that you have for your own future. I feel like you found that inner power within, and I think that through finding that inner power, you realized how many ideas you have, how many passions that you wish to explore in this lifetime. Like, I feel like it led you to a lot of inspiration, definitely tapping back into your power for sure. And it's really so beautiful, because this whole hermit phase that you went through was so necessary, because I think that through this process, not only did you find what you mean to yourself, your own value, I think you found in this process, but also I think you found purpose, and you found direction, and you found inspiration, maybe even something that motivated you as well. And this pile is actually very cool, because this is all clarifying the Ace of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands, and then I was about to go into the Ace of Pentacles, and then the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. This is too funny. It's really and it's interesting too, because the Magician card is the reason that he becomes this powerful magician and manifester is he what is the word for it? He masters all four elements, swords, wands, pentacles, and cups, like we have with all the aces that came out. And so I think that this process that you've been going through, I think, is going to help you manifest. The way in which you did this internal work, had leaned into your ideas, leaned into your passions, leaned leaned into new beginnings. I also see, like, with the aces, it feels almost like there's something about this work that feels almost like it's you that does the work, you know? I don't think necessarily anybody gave you these ideas or, you know, helped you do this. I feel like a lot of this is based around you doing it, you having the motivation to do it, and you acting upon that motivation. So I feel like these blessings or whatever it is that you're attracting, which it seems like a lot of good stuff so far, it's all thanks to you. I think that that's a main takeaway here, is like, this is all you. Like, you're the one that came up with these ideas. You're the one that leaned into your passions and what makes you feel passionately. Leaned into any sort of new opportunities or creating opportunities for yourself, even with your ideas. And honestly, I feel like your own self-love, feeding into your own self-love, like, I feel like this is all of these blessings that you're attracting are coming in as a result of you doing the work, internally, but also externally. It's very, very, very beautiful. I like it. So, Ace of Pentacles followed by the Knight of Wands and the Tower card. So there's like this new opportunity and growth with some sort of Knight of Wands character. This person may be slightly similar to yourself because you did have the Ace of Wands. I feel like the two of you could share some sort of passion here, or think similarly about things, or feel similarly about things. That Tower card is really shaking things up, but I think that this is for the best possible outcome. Like, I don't think that this is a negative Tower moment at all. I think that this only leads to more success for you. I think what's crumbling and falling away with that Tower card is that past of you feeling powerless, feeling insecure, feeling like a huge sense of lack. I think that this new chapter, that with this, you know, Ace of Swords here, I think what you're attracting is some sort of a new beginning in which you feel powerful. You feel, also, Two of Pentacles, I feel like this is going to be something that makes you feel quite balanced and actually stable. I feel like you have a past of not feeling very stable. Also, this could come from an idea. The crown that falls off of the Tower here, it's catching my eye, and on the Ace of Swords traditional Rider-Waite deck, it shows a crown at the top of the Ace of Swords. And so I feel like, yeah, it could be very much related to some sort of idea that you have or had and you're exploring, and it's going to lead to a lot of wonderful feelings and experiences. Like, it's going to give you back your power or your sense of feeling powerful, and it's going to lead to this balance, stability. I think that you're going to have a lot more options in whatever area of life that this is applying to. I think it could definitely be love related, but not necessarily. I think that this could even be related to career, really. I feel like, you know, to be honest, I think that you're a very multi-talented person, especially because we have all four aces in this part of the reading. And so I think that, yeah, you're multi-talented, and I think that there are going to be multiple paths that are opening up to you as a result of you doing this internal work, rediscovering your power, exploring your ideas, and leading into new beginnings. I want to say again, almost as if maybe you weren't so open to new beginnings for a period of time. And I think it definitely is going to be a little bit overwhelming with that Tower card and the Seven of Cups here. I think it might be a little bit overwhelming, you having all of these options, you seeing results here. But I think that it's going to allow you so much more freedom that you did not feel like you had in the past. I think that you're coming into a time of freedom and of options. Whether that's within work, whether that's within your love life. Honestly, especially because we have all four aces, like I feel like there is a huge significance about the fact that there are all four aces here. Where was I going with that? There was a point I was going to make. Oh, yes, I think that it's going to actually be these blessings, opportunities, all this goodness. I think it's actually going to be applied to like all areas of your life. I think that not only are you going to have more options in terms of love, but you're also going to have more options in terms of your career. And you know, whatever else you want. Like I really do feel like the world is going to be opening up to you because of all of the work you've been doing. Yeah, it feels like things are opening up to you, and I think that that's something that you're not used to feeling. I think you're used to feeling restricted. I think you're used to feeling tied down or held back or limited in some way, you know? But I feel like you're coming into a time of freedom with this one, like a freedom to choose. Yeah, honestly. You know, and I almost feel like sometimes we take the freedom of choice for granted because not everybody has the freedom to choose what they want to do with their life. Not everybody has the freedom to choose who they want as a partner. You know, like not everybody has either that mindset. Not everybody has the, you know, supportive community or supports, resources. Like there's so many things that keep us from being able to choose things. And so I think that that could be a big blessing coming in for you, is just being able to choose. And it feels almost like one of those books where it's uh, like choose your own fate. Like I remember Goosebumps used to have that, where it's like you could like it would be, oh, you walk up to this person in the book and you choose to say one thing or a different thing, and then if you choose like to say sentence A, it leads to this whole different plot point, whereas sentence B leads you to a completely different plot line. So I feel like it's almost going to be like that, where it's like you choose your fate, your destiny, your life. And it feels like you're going to have a paintbrush in your hand and you're going to be able to paint what you want your future to look like. And I feel like that's going to be a big, huge blessing for you. I'm curious about that Knight of Wands. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is this Knight of Wands for the collective? Please and thank you. Just like one or two cards would be great. Please and thank you. Ooh. I think things just got serious. So, interesting. So this Knight of Wands, we have the Five of Wands, High Priestess, bottom of the deck. Are you ready for this one? The Star card. Double confirmation for Star card. Yeah, you're coming into a time of being an incredibly powerful person, and being seen as that as well. Very powerful, but very spiritual, very spiritually connected. Like I feel like there's something about manifestations because like of your connection to spirit. I almost feel like people are gonna see your manifestations as being the result of your connection to spirit, or just like the work that you've been doing. I feel like it's gonna be significant, or that's gonna stand out to people. Like your spirituality or your belief in yourself. Yeah, so clarifying that Knight of Wands, we have the Five of Wands. I feel like this is somebody that you're conflicted about. Maybe at first you don't know what to think of this person. I think that part of you likes them, but part of you doesn't trust them. but your intuition for some reason calls you to this person. I think that you feel like there's something beyond the surface with this person. I almost wonder if they're a little bit mysterious and that's why you're conflicted, and maybe that's why you're curious about what's beyond the surface. The Knight of Wands can, come across as a player at points, but not all the time, like it can also just be somebody that's very excited, driven by their passions. It doesn't always have to be an F-boy or, person of that nature. But yeah, I almost, if anything, I feel like this could be a very motivated, charismatic kind of person, and that could be what kind of triggers you to an extent. It's like, okay, why are you being so charismatic, and why are you so motivated? I almost feel like if this has to do with romance, maybe this person's very attracted to you, but you don't trust that. You're like, okay, I'm suspicious of that. But it's something deeper. There's definitely something deeper here with this person. So maybe they're meant to provide you with some sort of spiritual lesson. And I don't mean that in a way of like karmic lesson. I'm not talking about something so heavy, but perhaps this person teaches you something, and it could be literally this person showing up and being like, hey, do you know that that I can't even think of a good example. I don't know, like a little fun fact. Like, literally it could be anything like that. I don't think it's like any super huge lesson. It could be. I think that there's the potential for it. But I feel like honestly it's a positive, whatever this lesson is from this person. So whether you grow with this person, expand with this person, or maybe it's just like a small interaction, there's definitely something to take away from your interaction with this Knight of Wands. Whether it's in career, whether it's in love, or whatever area of life. I think you'll be conflicted about them at first, not really sure what to think, but I think that the further you get to know them, or the more you observe them, you see that there's something that, like, more to this person than meets the eye, and I think that's going to make you curious, and through that curiosity and exploring that curiosity, I think that you're going to learn something that is helpful for you on your spiritual path, or maybe on your path of understanding humanity. Like, it feels like there will be some sort of deeper purpose to this interaction. It doesn't have to necessarily be related to love, but it could be, because of the wands. Passion, attraction could be a part of it. Maybe you're just working with somebody that you find attractive, or that finds you attractive. It could literally just be that. But I think that this person is playing a part in your story to a greater extent than you may realize. And I think that, there's more to that person than meets the eye. And I think you're going to pick up on that through your intuition, especially. Hell, this person could even help you to become, to embody the Star card. Maybe this person, they are passionate, so maybe they have that kind of sort of passionate personality, like not in a naughty or spicy way, but like more so just like passionate about, like, there's some people that are just excited about everything, like I love to hang around those types of people, the golden retriever sort of energy, personality I'm a sucker for. And it's like, it could even be like, you present some sort of idea to this other person, and this person's like, yeah, go for it. Like, that sounds like a great idea. Or you're like, yeah, I kind of considered doing this thing, but I don't think I'm really going to do that. And then this person's like, why? Yeah, do that. Like, if you're feeling like it, do it. And I think that maybe this person becomes an inspiration of yours, or maybe they help motivate you, inspire you um, to become this star. I almost even wonder if like maybe they could even like recognize your power or your special qualities, because I'm almost even getting a storyline here of somebody that doesn't really feel so comfortable in the spotlight, but maybe this person even helps inspire you to feel more comfortable in the spotlight, or they would want you to, because it's like maybe through being in the spotlight you get more opportunities. I feel like, yeah, maybe this person does see you as the star, you know? And so they may see the potential in you that maybe you not necessarily don't see, but rather you may downplay, or maybe you try to take on a more humble sort of energy. And this person's like, you don't have to be humble. You rock. Own it, you know? And that could very much pay off for you. Very much like spiritual significance and your intuition are going to play some big parts in this, I think. Yeah. So whether this is just a small little interaction with this Knight of Wands or something way more deep and meaningful, I think that it's going to lead you to even more success. And so maybe that's the part of it that is going to be so important. And at the very least, I think that it's going to teach you some sort of lesson about yourself, about life, about spirituality, about humanity. I think that there's definitely going to be something of substance that comes out of this interaction with this person that you may not see at first. At first, you may be like, who the frick is this person? Like, what do they want? But I think that it will become clear, the purpose, later on, or the more you interact with them. Okay, let's go on to the Knight of Swords. Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you. Okay. My little kitty just started groaning. Poor little baby. Okay. So, we got, for the Knight of Swords, we have the Three of Swords, Ten of Wands, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, a lot of wands, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Interesting, interesting. Ooh, I see now. This is some sort of incoming communication, like more likely than not from somebody. And I think that this person wants to express their little journey with you. I think this is somebody that recently went through a harder time within love, or within just people that they were close to. They may have gotten hurt, or maybe went through a breakup, or had some sort of not so fun experience that affected their heart space, I think. They may have just come out of a time of feeling overburdened. They may have laid down some sort of burden that had been lingering for a while. Could have been like the after effects of whatever this pain was. So if they did have like a breakup, or, you know, some sort of messiness with another person in their life, maybe they realized that they had some internal work to do, you know, and they may have felt very overburdened by that internal work. Maybe they had to process that past trauma and they felt very overburdened by that. But I feel like they definitely laid down that burden, like they addressed it and were able to lay it down. The Nine of Wands follows the Ten of Wands, and usually I would see that as like maybe a sign of regressing, or, you know, kind of taking a step back instead of moving forward, like feeling like something's holding you back, or, you know, a lack of growth. But I think this is a good thing, because it's like the heavier the burden, Like this is a super heavy burden, and then there's like the 9 that's just the one wand less. And I feel like it's almost like this person, maybe it was a slow process of removing this burden, whatever it was. That could be internal work, that could be relationships with people that are no longer serving them, but it could be so many things that this person was trying to alleviate off of themselves. And it may have started slow with just like removing just one wand off of your plate. You know, maybe that one wand was a connection that this person was experiencing that just wasn't fulfilling them. Maybe it started with just one action of leaving that person behind, maybe cutting off a family member that doesn't serve you. Like it could be literally anything. And this person did that step, and that could have been a huge step, even though like it felt like just one part of the process, you know, because you still have 9 wands remaining. So it's like, it's not like it's removed your whole burden, but there's at least one wand less that you have to carry. And so I feel like it could be that this person started out with just removing one wand, but I feel as if that sort of snowballed. Maybe that sparked like a chain reaction almost. Like it starts with removing one thing out of your life that doesn't serve you, and then maybe while you're removing one person from your life, you're also cleaning out your closet and you realize, oh, I should get rid of all these old clothes. And you know, I mean, that's just like a small example, but like in terms of this, like it could be, yeah, removing one person from your life and then realizing, you know what, I'm not really doing the healthiest lifestyle, or I'm not living the healthiest lifestyle. Maybe I should start eating healthier. You know what, I haven't really had a haircut in a while. Maybe I should get a trim, you know? Like it literally is, and you know, and it sounds kind of silly almost, but I feel like that's a lot of the way in which these major transformations or changes in our lives happen. It just starts with one small thing that we can do, or maybe it's not so small. It's just one person that we remove out of our life, and then we realize, oh, there's all these other things too that I've been meaning to get around to, and now I can. And I feel like it's gonna open, you know, this process opens up the possibilities for not just removing that one thing and healing from it, but also removing all of the rest of the things that either are attached to that person or outside of that person, that you're realizing, oh, these are unhealthy attachments, or these are unhealthy burdens that I'm holding on to, or thought processes, or opinions, or, you know, literally anything. And especially because after that 9 of Wands, we have the Page of Wands. As if this person, it's almost like they expedited the rest of the change, you know? It's like they started with just removing one thing, and that snowballed into this getting rid of everything that no longer serves this person. What's holding this person back? What's making this person feel bitter? What's making this person feel so hung up on their past? And then they get to this point where they just have one wand left. And that can be a very liberating feeling. That can be a very freeing feeling. Definitely lightens the load a lot. You know, one wand is way easier to carry than 10. And the Page of Wands too is like a way more optimistic energy. I love this card a lot in a lot of ways because it just has that youthful, optimistic energy to me. And so maybe removing all of this, like maybe a lot of it had to do with negativity. I think that like a lot of this was negative stuff that they were carrying around. And through removing all of that, maybe they were starting to think more optimistically. Maybe they're starting to tap more into their inner child, find their happiness, find their true fulfillment in life. Maybe they're starting to try and find, now that they removed all of that dark stuff, maybe they're now trying to find what does make them happy, what makes them feel hopeful, what is full of potential and growth and, you know, the good stuff. It feels like they may be on a search now, especially now that they removed all of this burden off of their back. They're like, now I'm free to go and chase what I want, what makes me happy, what fulfills me in life. I have nothing really holding me back anymore. And I feel like that's what this person, this Knight of Swords, really wants to explain to you, is how they went through this process. I wonder if even, because you definitely have gone through processes very similarly, I think. I wonder if you inspired this person in some way to go through this process. Maybe observing you and your journey inspired this person just to do that for themselves. Eight of Pentacles. I see this person really working on what they, like what will lead them to the most stability, security in their life. It feels like, what's important to me? I need to start working on that again. Like it feels like maybe this person in the past, because they were so overburdened or very much hurt and overburdened, it feels like they could have been neglecting themselves, definitely neglecting their inner child and that hopeful optimism within that part of themselves. But also I think that maybe they neglected their own hobbies. Maybe they neglected their own side projects that they've been wanting to work on for quite some time. It feels like they started to recenter themselves and what they find important. Confirmation beat, okay. Yeah, it feels like they started to reassess their life and start to build on the positive things. Because it feels like, yeah, they feel this sense of no longer being held back, no longer being burdened or weighed down. And so they now have the freedom to do what they want to do with their time. And that could be investing in themselves, reinvesting in their 3D reality, making sure that they have financial security or security within themselves, within who they are as a person, definitely within their life, definitely focusing on work is a part of this too. So maybe they're just like also very much focused on their career or whatever they do. Like it feels like they're starting to, now that they're in this place of feeling way more alleviated than they did in the past, it feels like they have much more energy to do the things that they want to now. And then after that Eight of Pentacles, there's the Three of Cups. And I honestly think that this is maybe the main point to this message or this conversation with this Knight of Swords is, I think they want to come back together with you, and this could be in simply just in a friendly way. You know, it doesn't even have to be romantic here. I mean, romance can be a part of it, but I think if anything, this person just feels very much a sense of freedom, and especially a freedom away from burdens and pain. And so they want to incorporate some friendly connections. Yeah, so whether that just be like connecting as friends, maybe starting out as friends and it leading to something more, or just coming together in general. This could be somebody that you haven't seen in a while. Maybe you're curious as to what they've been up to. Maybe this conversation happens in person, or maybe it starts with a conversation, you know, like, hey, let's meet up in person. And then, you know, the Three of Cups could be you coming together in person after this conversation and having a good time, hanging out, like, you know, touching base, you know, definitely like I get like a very chattery sort of energy with this, but like positive, you know, it's like, you know, catching up with friends that you haven't seen in a long time. Like it feels very much like good vibes all around, I think. And I think that's kind of what they want their life to look like now, especially now that they worked through this pain, these burdens, removing those burdens. I think that they kind of want to, I feel like they want to take back control over their life, and they want to paint a life that is much prettier than it did look in the past. So maybe the last time you spoke to this person, they were in a very different place. You know, maybe they were more so 10 of Wands when you last spoke to them, or 9 of Wands, like going through it kind of. But it feels like they feel like this sense of freedom or alleviation or something that is very light, free, and open. And I feel like they want to make the most of that. So whether that be simply just to get back in touch with their friends, or maybe start out as friends and build to something more. Now that they have this freedom, they have the ability to do that now, and I think that's what they want to communicate to you, is like that this person is much freer, and they're focusing on the things that actually fulfill them. They are in a better place mentally, it feels, maybe even emotionally, and I think they just want to have a good time. And whether that be just hanging out as friends, whether that be building to something more, I think that they just want to get it started, you know? Bottom of the deck being the Strength card, I think that's really interesting. I think that, honestly, I think that this is indicating that you're the one that inspired this person, so maybe they want to kind of check in with you to sort of be updating you in a way, to show you like, hey, I followed your advice, or, you know, I saw what you have been doing, and so I decided to sort of, you know, do my own sort of self-work project, and now I'm in a much better place thanks to you. Like, it feels very much like there's an appreciation going on here for your strength and how that inspires others and motivates others even to do better, to, you know, and do better for themselves, not for any sort of outside validation, but rather like, what makes me the happiest, because I want to do what makes me happy. Maybe I've been neglecting what makes me happy for some time, and now I am ready to do what actually fulfills me and not what fulfills everybody else. Yeah, and I feel like with that Strength card, it's really kind of showing me, I think, that you being in this place of strength, of will, strength of character, I think I think this person really looks up to you in a lot of ways. I think you very much inspire this person. I think if anything, but yeah, this could simply just be a friend that's trying to, like, you know, reach out after a while of not speaking and just kind of update you on their life, and it feels like it's going to be a very positive update. I want to say there could be definitely undercurrents of romance, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of that, so it's potentially not there, but this could definitely be a situation where it's like you guys may just be friends right now, or, you know, start out as friends, but there could be potential for more. But I'm not necessarily seeing that as one way or the other. I think it will definitely be up to you knowing that with that person, you know, interacting with that person and seeing what kind of chemistry you guys have, you know, if there's any potential here for romance or not. I think it will definitely be, you know, specific to the person I'm connecting with. But yeah. This is so beautiful. This was a beautiful reading. I really like this one a lot. And I feel like all of this that you're attracting is literally thanks to you. So keep that in mind, first and foremost, in your brain. It's all thanks to you. So when all of these wonderful things are coming towards you, just remind yourself that this is because of you. I think Spirit played a part in it, but I think mostly you have yourself to thank for all of the success and blessings and wonderful things that you're attracting into your life. So, yeah. I really hope that you liked this, and I hope that it resonated. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an honorary bee, like me, and we can be a little bee family together. And if you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you next time I upload. My nose septum is crooked. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.